Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our first gameplay episode of Cthulhu Death May Die, where we are playing Season 1, Episode 3, Danse Macabre. And in this, I'm playing two characters, Alan and Annabelle, from a new comic, the comic book extras box. And, oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I'm playing, and then Marguerite, who's from the base game, not the base game, but the Kickstarter extras and stuff like that. And they are getting ready to go into what was a ball that was going on, obviously a tribute to the King in Yellow, maybe the yellow sign or the play that exists or something like that. And we have to find the four summoners within that and usher them down to the waterfront before they can summon Hastur. That's how we break the summoning. And then, of course, we summon Hastur early in a form that we can kill, at least hopefully. And to do that, we are going to have to defeat monsters and use our two special skills of interrogate and usher ballgoers around the place to see if we can accomplish our task while trying to survive. And what you're looking at is the main floor of this setup. A little funny thing is, I was looking at some of these tiles like, how the heck do you get from this room? I had this tile backwards and one other tile backwards. I have since fixed that because of the way the doors go. Remember, you can only go in and out of areas that have two connecting arrows, right? So like right here, for example, there is no two connecting arrows here, so this monster can't just jump us here. It has to go around, etc. And that monster happens to be a hunting horror that we're going to have to deal with. So I think it's time to get started. We are all set up. The board is set up. And here that is. And if you haven't played this before, this is the track that's going to be tracking the King in Yellow. Yeah, unfortunately I haven't painted them, but I sure would like to because they're really amazing looking miniatures. And he will track down here. Every time we turn over 3 of these symbols on our Mythos cards, he will advance and will do what his advancement requirement is. And it says right here what it is. And then once we've been able to summon him, this comes off, and we are going to have to go through the 3 stages, stage 1, or stage 2, stage 3, and stage 4, to kill him. And by the way, that is not easy to do. We also have our cultists and our Hastur disciples that will come out. We'll see how they play. And that comes from the Hastur box, and then also from the scenario. We have some deep ones. They're a pretty common thing, and so is the hunting horror as part of the Danse Macabre. But the Danse Macabre also came in with all of the tokens and, of course, Mythos cards and Discovery cards for the scenario. When I say all the tokens, I'm talking about the ballgoer tokens. The gate tokens and some other tokens are like the stairs, and that are all part of the base game, just general game. So we're going to get started and start taking our turn. So anyway, we're set up. We're good to go. I think we're going to start our game with good old Alan here, because Alan has marksmanship and he can shoot into another room. So we've come into the entrance to this ball, and we're I don't know how Alan. We're going to make up some story about how Alan and Marguerite and Annabelle came together. Annabelle is a seer, a channeler, a gifted channeler, who is going to help us. She also can fall into catatonic fits, so that's going to be interesting. Alan's very paranoid. He gets paranoid, thinks everybody's after him. We'll deal with that. And Marguerite, she has a short-term memory problem. So we want to make sure she has stress to spend, because that's what triggers. If she triggers a short-term memory and she is full on stress, she's going to lose her discovery cards that she gets, and that's bad. So with that said, we are going to get started with Alan. Alan's going to take the first turn. So what I would like you to do if watching this is help me craft a story. Why are Marguerite, Alan, and Annabelle going into this ball that was dedicated to a music developed for the play, The King in Yellow, and the actual thing that's happening is they're trying to summon the King in Yellow himself, a Hastur. And so here we are. And that, by the way, I made part of that up. That's actually not true, because Hastur has nothing to do with the Danse Macabre scenario. But that's where we're going with. And of course, there's more story that we'll uncover through our Discovery cards and Mythos cards. So anyway, Alan's going to go first because, one, he can do some cool stuff. Now, I'm going to go over the turn order real quick with you. We'll just get right here so you can see what that looks like. On our turn, we're going to start by taking 3 actions. We can run, which is to move 3 spaces. Now, if we move through an enemy, that enemy is going to follow us unless we have stealth. So we do have a character that does have stealth. May or may not use it. I've never found that to be the most useful skill. Can be, though. We can attack one enemy, or depending on abilities, we may be able to get to attack more than one enemy. We can rest if we're in a safe space, which heals a combination of 3 stress or health. We can trade, we can exchange items between 2 players in the same space, and we can take the episode's actions, which in this case is to interrogate ballgoers or usher ballgoers. That's what the special actions for the episode are. Then after we've taken our actions, we're going to draw our Mythos card. That's how it controls number of players. Like, you know, if you have 4 players, you're going to draw more Mythos cards faster. It doesn't matter. The deck runs out, you reshuffle. Then at the end of that, after we've drawn our Mythos card, we might end up having to fight. And that could be bad for us. And that means that there is a enemy in our space attacking us, right? So if we're in a safe space, we get to draw a cool card from the Discovery deck and resolve that, which is really neat. And then at the end of it, we're going to resolve any end of turn effects that might happen. Typically, though there's not very many of those. But I don't know, it's a different scenario, right? So I wanted to see if it shows how to fight. Yeah, well, basically, I just wanted to show this to you, but it's pretty easy to figure out. They attack based on their card, and you can defend yourself based on things like you can force them to reroll using your stress, for example, or like Alan has toughness that can help him avoid. So does, by the way, so does Annabelle. So 2 characters with toughness. The first stage toughness means you get a free reroll when you're attacked or rolling for fire, so you can reroll to try and get a blank. That's pretty powerful. Anyway, we're going to start with Alan. I'm going to show you what he's going to do. So here is Alan. He is the purple-based character, and you can see his miniature is pretty sweet. He is actually came in front of Marguerite and Annabelle because he's got a gun. He's got a pair of guns, actually, according to his character card, and his miniature. He's going to shoot into the room and kill. He comes in, they see a cultist lingering in the hallway overlooking the ballroom, and he's going to shoot that guy before the guy can take action. Now, it's the beginning of the game, so I don't have any special dice or anything like that. As you can see, there's a dice pool here. Now, these green dice are awesome. We want more of those in our pool, but we don't have any. We just have these 3 dice, and with those 3 dice, we can take out this cultist, and that's what we're going to do. Now, again, there's no stats to add or anything. He may get better dice as his marksmanship goes up, and if he gets to investigate this turn into a safe space, he will gain some of his special tokens for his detective. Let's see if we can take out this cultist first, though. We need 2 hits. And look at that. Okay, great start to the game, unlike my last playthrough of Darkest Night. I didn't start off this well. Okay, so 3 hits right off the bat. No insanity. That's not actually that good. Insanity helps you increase your abilities because you get more insane and riled up and ready to go. But he did, in fact, take out this cultist with no insanity or anything. So we're going to take him off the board, and he is gone. That was a great first action. Now, for his second action, he's going to move here. And for his third action, do I shoot at this guy or do I shoot at this guy? I could have Marguerite go in and take him out. Maybe I think he'll come over here and shoot at this monster. Now, here's the thing. Wait, no, he's not going to do that. The monster requires 4 hits. If he doesn't get 4 hits, and it just increases his insanity by 1. I think that's okay. I think he's going to do that. He's going to step in here. Let's start killing this beastie in here. He comes around the corner. He sees this guy looking down the ballroom, and he hears a guttural roar and sees this terrible winged, insane-looking creature in the other room, and he's going to attack it. So for his third action, he is going to attack this creature, this hunting horror. And what do we get? Well, that wasn't as good. No insanity. Well, sort of. And we only got 1 hit on it out of 4. That's okay. So I'm just going to put the 1 hit there. Bam, he shot it. However, let's take a look at the hunting horror's special ability. It says, if the hunting horror survives an attack, the attacker loses 1 additional insanity. Well, he didn't lose any insanity on his own, but he does lose 1 additional, so that's going to count as 1. And that means we get 1 insanity on the track for Alan. Now remember, this isn't a terrible thing, right? Alan gets to hear. He gets to increase his ability, triggers his paranoia, which isn't great. Maybe, depends. But he does. If nothing comes into his space, if this monster's dead, for example, and this cultist is dead before that triggers, he wouldn't have anybody come into his space necessarily. Well, this guy, the two guys that are next to him won't come into his space. There's a guy farther away that can get closer, but not that much closer. All right, so anyway, let's continue on. So that's effectively the end of Alan's turn. So what happens next? Well, the next thing we do is we draw our Mythos card. So I'm going to reach over and grab the Mythos deck. I'm going to give it, I shuffled it, but I'm going to give it a quick shuffle. I might shuffle it the first couple times we draw, just so I know they're mixed up. What do we get? So sound the alarm. Okay, the first problem is, here that this is the symbol. We get 3 of those, and Hastur is going to move. Move all face-down ball-goer tokens 1 space toward the starting space. Wow. Then turn face-down any sorcerer in the space with the face-down ball-goers. Shuffle all ball-goer tokens in that space. Well, there's no, so we'll discard that. There are no ball-goers in this. There are no sorcerers exposed yet, just ball-goers. So let's take a look at the bottom floor here. Now, we have ball goers everywhere. We'll start with the farthest space here, which would be this one. No, let's start with the closest spaces. That's probably a better way to go. These two are going to be moving into the space. I don't know why they're not terrified of this monster. Maybe they think it's a fake illusion or who knows. All 4 of these ones are moving into this space. They're rushing for the exit because the alarm is sounded. These 2 are going to move into here. And these 2 will move into here. So now we've got a ton of ball goers going in there. There's a bunch of them with Alan. Now, that doesn't mean it's an unsafe space. They don't cause any fear of safety. They're not monsters. But we have more to go. These 2, see the stairs here, these 2 are going down the stairs. So they are now in the main hallway in front of the ballroom over there. These 2 here will advance into here. And these 4, these 2 and these 2, will advance to here. And that is the Mythos card for Alan. Now, Alan did not have an encounter, and he is did not have a creature in a space. He is in a safe space, which is a good thing. That means he is going to get to draw a discovery card. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to shuffle him up a couple of times. I did shuffle him, but I want it to be random so I don't have things stack up. Okay, what do we get? Okay, the cook. You look like you could use something nourishing. You may claim a flask, which you may discard this card to heal 2 stress and 2 wounds. That's pretty good. Or you may take 3 stress to claim the cook. Well, the cook, that's interesting. He goes on this side as opposed. Normally they're on the right side with the people. You may have 1 free rest action a turn. Oh my gosh. Oh, I have to do that. So let's do that. So the cook is a friend of Marguerite's, and he comes running in the room. He says, "Where's Marguerite? Is she safe?" He goes, "Oh yeah, that psycho crazy woman is safe. She's got her knives out. She's ready to go. But you can come with me, and I'll help you be safe and get out of here. In the meantime, you can help me by making sure I get the right food and stuff while I'm here to rest up and be healthy." That means this goes right here. We have the cook, but we have to go 1, 2, 3 on our stress. And that's fine, because that's the end of our turn. And I don't believe I can do this turn. I think I have to do it next turn. You can't use these on the turn you get them, I believe. But I'll play it that way because I think that'd be more right. Because that'd be weird to get 3 stress and then get a free rest action and heal it all back. So, okay, that is the end of his turn. Great turn. Okay, now let's see. I think we'll go with Annabelle. I think so. Annabelle. She's not a huge fighter, but that's okay. But she could get some cool stuff going on here. I may go with Marguerite and have Marguerite go in and kill that monster. That might be a really good thing to do. And then I can have Annabelle actually investigate. Yeah, let's do this. So we're going to have Marguerite go next. And I'll just refresh you on her real quick. Okay, Marguerite, she's got the short-term memory loss. She's got Butcher, which is going to be really useful in the early part of the game for sure, and maybe even more useful if I can advance that. She's a brawler. That means she gains 1 of these green dice when attacking in her space, which is fantastic. That means she's great for killing that hunting horror. And she has stealth. When she runs, she can sneak once by one enemy, meaning that they won't follow her into the other room. Let's take a look at the board though. All right, here is Marguerite. She is the orange-based character, the maid with 2 knives, or in this case, she was probably serving. in the ball or taking coats or who knows. Her first action is going to be to move, or run rather. She goes 1, 2. She's going right in there. She's got 2 actions left. Hopefully she can take this guy down. Now, she does have brawling, so she's going to get to add one of these dice to the pool of 3 that she normally gets to roll. Remember, you always roll these 3 black dice. Let's see what we get here. Well, this is a good thing. Okay, so first off, she has enough hits to kill it. So she has taken out the hunting horror, which means she's not going to get a sanity increase from that event because she killed it. This is really good. That was 2 actions too. We're having a great start. Now here's the cool part. She does gain an insanity. So let's take a look at her board. We do want people to level up, and I do want her to level up before she has a lot of cards, just in case. And remember, we haven't used any stress or anything. We're fine. So she's going to take 1 for the dice. So whenever the symbol appears on the dice, we have to take 1. Those symbols, the Elder Sign symbols, are great if you have Arcane Mastery. The only person that we have that has that is Annabelle. So that's good for her. And then, so she took a sanity from that, and I think she's going to use her Butcher ability right off the bat. You may add a sanity to any of your dice rolls to get her to 2. I think that's a good move for us. And that is going to be the end of that for her. Now we have to draw her Mythos card. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I don't want this to happen too fast. I hope we got a good mix of these. Okay, no. Crawling Horror. Okay, the nearest hunting horror moves 2 spaces towards you. That's great. There isn't any other one on the board. There's only 1 according to the map setup. Then we're going to summon a deep one at the red space, which is way far away, and where's the blue? Oh, good, and the hunting horror at the blue space. But you can see now that we have 2 of these 3 symbols. So let's get a deep one out. I'm going to show you what a deep one looks like. Here is the deep one, and it is going to go on the red summoning space. That is up here. So way up here at the waterfront, there are now 2 deep ones we're going to have to get rid of as we shuffle ball goers in towards the waterfront. And then we have another hunting horror come out. Let's get him out. Here's that beastie, him, it, her, whatever you want to call it. And it is going to the blue summoning circle, which is right here. So this gate has a hunting horror appear after we killed the first one. It evaporated, broke down into a mess of goo and battered tentacles and things like that, and then disappeared and then reformed at this gate here and is coming back for us. Okay, that is her Mythos card. Now the bad part is that she's got, oh wait, hold on. Before I do that, that was actually only her second action. I know you all caught that. I'm glad I did too. It was her second action. She did so well, I forgot she only moved in here and then attacked it. Anyway, for the next action, we're going to be using the Interrogate ability, and I'll show you that again real quick. I won't show it to you, I'll just read it to you. It says, turn up any 2 face-down ball-goer tokens in your space. Keep any sorcerer tokens face up. So we're going to do that. Let's take a look at these 2 here. This one is a ball-goer, so we'll just put that back down. And this one is a ball-goer. So we know that these 2... do we keep the other ones face up? I got to remember. Turn over 2 ball-goers tokens in your space. Keep any sorcerers face up and turn back any dancers face down. Okay, so we know that those are just ball-goers over here. It's going to be a little bit of a memory game on this one, and with me playing in episodes, I hope I could remember it. But these 2 are just ball-goers. All right, and that was the end of her turn. Then we did her Mythos card, so that is now done. All right, and then because she's in a safe space, she's really not hurt at all. There's nothing going on. She's going to take a discovery card. So we have that out. All right, let's see what the discovery card says. Animal Tamer. Remember, there's supposed to be exotic animals at this ball. I'm trying to collect my animals. Perhaps you can help. It doesn't seem to be a question. You may take up to 2 stress to claim the Animal Tamer. If you do not claim, you get the ensorcelled condition. So we definitely want to do this, especially since we don't have any stress on us right now. Animal Tamer, you take 1 stress instead of 2 when you claim an animal companion. I like that a lot, so let's add that to her character. And we are adding companions to our character. What was that, 2 stress? Yeah, 2 stress to claim the Animal Tamer. So we had a conversation with him. It stressed us out, but he ended up following. Now, one of the things I didn't point out on the cook, which is also the same on the animal trainer, is this gives us an extra health. We can sacrifice this character if we need to, if we're about to die, with that 1 health token right there. So of course we don't want to, because they give us super cool special abilities, but It is what it is. So now we have done that with Marguerite. So now we're going to go with Annabelle. I think what I'm going to do, hold on, I want to show you the board again. I think what I'm going to do, because look, let's face it, guys, I'm not going to do this all in one sitting. I'm going to take everything on the left of the board are going to be ball goers. I know there's a memory game there. I don't think this is cheating. It doesn't say you can't memorize them or even write them down. So that way when I separate them, the ones on the left will be ball goers, the ones on the right will be sorcerers. I will have to mix them up from time to time, so you can actually keep track. And then, like if I had a sorcerer in here, I'd have to shuffle them up and put them down. I wouldn't know who they were anymore. But I happen to know that both of those folks are ball goers. Okay, next up is going to be Marguerite. So we're going to take her turns. Now, and we're not going to be using any of her special abilities. Well, that's not true. We have to roll with these dice. So let's go take a look at her abilities. As you can see here on her special ability, it says at the start of her turn, roll a green die, plus any bonus dice. I don't know what that is. We'd have to figure out how to get some bonus dice on us. Choose one to keep as your gift until your next turn. If I add insanity, I can use the die, right? On one roll. That's the beginning ability. Only on one roll, but in the future ones, I can use them on all rolls. Okay, so this is going to be good for her. This is a great die. Not only is that a hit, but it's also an arcane symbol. When making a roll, you may count one elder sign as a success. So right now I have 2 automatic successes there if I have to roll a die. And I may not get to use that this turn, but it doesn't say. I guess I have to re-roll at the beginning of every turn. At the start of your turn, roll 1 die. Yep, and your gift to 1 roll each turn. Well, yeah, okay. Let's continue on with her turn, because she's not probably going to roll any dice this turn. There's nothing to... Well, there is somebody to fight if she really wants to. I don't think she's going to, though. Okay, so for her first action, she is going to move 1 into here with our guy... Alan. Luckily, no one has the thing where nobody wants to be together, the phobia. And for her second action, she's going to interrogate these ball goers. So I'll pick this one. Oh, I found one of the sorcerers. So we're going to leave that one up, and then I'll pick this one. And it's a ball goer. So I'm going to put that one over to the side there. That was her first action. Okay. For her second action, remember, we're trying to get the sorcerers down to the waterfront. I can use the usher ball goers to move 2 people. Nope, I think we're not going to do that. We're going to check out 2 more ball goers. Though I'm worried what happens if they get out. I don't know if I like that. So this is her second action. So I could take both of those ball goers and move them or the ball goer and the sorcerer, and move them 2 spaces. I would like to move 2. Let's do that. I think she's going to use usher ball goers, and basically how that reads again is move one ball goer token, including sorcerers, in your space up to 2 spaces. So it's only 1 anyway, so this is a good move for us, I think. So for her third action, she's going to move this guy to here, 2 spaces. 1 down into the ballroom, and 1 over into heading toward the waterfront. And I think that's a good idea. I don't know if this is a good plan yet or not. So again, first action was to move, second action was to interrogate, third action was to try and get one of the sorcerers heading to the waterfront. Now we got to, that's the end of her actions, so we're going to draw a Mythos card. And again, I do think I'm going to give a little shuffle, because I'm pretty sure I shuffled them well enough, but just in case. And look, we don't have one of those symbols now, but there's something called the sacrifice. Move each cultist and deep one space towards you. Then each cultist and deep one in the space without an investigator kills a face-down ball goer. That's rough. Without an investigator. That actually isn't too bad. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to put that one right here, and we're going to go look at the board and do that. So 1 space toward us. So this guy is going to move here. However, now we're going to have to fight him, unfortunately. She is, rather. But since we have investigators, we've protected those ball goers. Okay. And then, let's see, each cultist in deep one in space kills a face-down ball goer. Okay, so the next one that is going to happen is this one's going to move here and is going to kill, we'll do this one, a face-down ball goer. And I got to remember on the thing if it says what that does with the special rules. We're going to take a look here. Okay. Okay, turn face down any sorcerer. Okay, got that. When the elder one advances, got that. We're going to turn sorcerers down. When an effect kills a face-down ball goer, turn it face up. If it is a dancer, discard it. Okay, if it is a sorcerer, keep it face up. After the ritual is disrupted, remove all ball goer tokens. Okay, so let's see if the cultist killed a ball goer or a sorcerer. It was a ball goer. So that ball goer is dead. We'll just put them right here because I have a feeling there's probably going to be some cards or something that have an effect on that as well. All right, next up, we are going to advance this guy to here. But again, I don't think he does anything to the sorcerer because it says kill a face down. Yeah, then each cultist in Deep 1 without an investigator kills a face-down ball goer in their space. Okay, well that's good. There's no face-down ball goer there, just the sorcerer. And I think that's okay. And then up here, this one's going to move to this space, and this one is going to, I don't think this is 2 spaces. It's going to move to here. Okay, so the deep ones are coming up from the waterfront to face us. All right, that was our first set of turns. I'm going to take some longer turns, but not for this one, because I want you to see how the game starts. We talked about a few things and went over the board a little bit more than normal. I was explaining things a little more normal, so it'll be longer. We'll just get this one as is right up here and stop it for now. I hope you're enjoying the beginning of this. This is going to be fun. It's already fun for me. And I got to get some insanity up faster so we can level these folks up. Marguerite's ability, or Annabelle's ability of putting those dice in the challenge is pretty cool. We got to get that ability up. That's going to be very valuable. Now, we didn't use her ability, so we didn't gain any insanity at all. We just ushered ball goers around. She's a seer, right? So, you know, we're going to get the opportunity to fight some things with her ability, but not right now. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I hope you're enjoying this. I'm trying to keep my energy up. I mean, you know, if you've been paying attention, there's a lot going on in my world and with my family and myself, my personal health. Anyway, I haven't talked too much about it, but it's not great. It's, you know, it's hopefully solvable. Should be, I'm hoping. Actually, you know what? I just realized I made a mistake. When this guy was here, he could have moved into here, which would have put him in here with one of those guys. So before I end, I want to correct that. Oh, and we also, I'm ending too soon. Okay, I'm ending too soon. We're going to backtrack a little bit here. Maybe I'll cut that part out. When this guy moves into here, he is going to kill another ball goer. So there's 2 dead ball goers. But then I also have to have the cultist fight Annabelle in her space. So yeah, let's go take. I got to refresh my memory on. I want to make sure I do this right. If you're not in a safe space, the enemies fight you. Do not draw a discovery card. We didn't do that. Instead, each enemy in your space attacks you in the order you choose. They ignore other investigators until all enemies are activated. Yeah, so we're going to deal with a cultist. These cultists don't do anything special. They just roll 2 green dice to attack, and I can use stress and that to negate that. Okay, so let's see what this cultist does when he's attacking Annabelle. So no damage at all, because the cultists only hit on one of those, and the elder sign does nothing. So Annabelle is safe in there, so I ended it well. All right, anyway, sorry about that. I will remember that as I go forward. I got to make sure I complete the turns. Yeah, that's the way it ran out. So we're starting to get the action going. It's going pretty well, and I like the way this is turning out for us. We do already have 2 ball goers dead. I don't know how quickly they should be dying, but you know, I guess as they die, I have a feeling there's going to be Mythos cards that say, if 4 ball goers are dead, you blow up, or something like that, and I'm suspecting that's going to happen. But anyway, I will see you in the next episode. So thank you again. Sorry for the little oops. I corrected it before the end of this episode. You know, I want to make sure I do these. I enjoy doing this for y'all. It's part of my fun, part of my downtime. I don't know how, if I'm going to, I got to keep on task because I'm not feeling really well. So if I make a few mistakes, you know, just let me know, but don't get too hard on me here. Like, you know, someone corrected the fact that I maybe misspoke crescendo, which I actually know what it means and know how to spell it and know how to say it, but they corrected it. It is what it is. Anyway, y'all, thanks. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.